We did it. We are here. We have collectively come together. It is Monday, August 4th, 2020. I am James. You are you. We are here together at home with James. This is a very special occasion. What began on March 16th, 2020 as a hobby to cure some type of short-term boredom has become my entire life. That's right. At one point, at the beginning of COVID, I had a job. No more. At another point during COVID, I saw my friends. Not anymore. This show is everything and anything to me. And I thank you so much for joining me here tonight. But this is not just about me. It is about us collectively together. The show that happens every single weeknight at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that has brought all of us together in some form of community is now bringing us from our original home on Instagram all the way to the nerdiest website on the internet. Here we are, the premiere episode, episode 1 on Twitch, but episode 100 of At Home with James. And I have to say, looking around the set, it feels the same. I'm looking at my clothes. They're a little different, but otherwise, I feel just as I did all those 99 nights ago on Instagram Live. And on the subject of Instagram Live, I know that I said we were done with Instagram Live, but I've got my mobile device here. What is going to happen is we're about to multi-stream on Instagram Live to all of our friends who may or may have not heard about the information about our move to Twitch. We are now multi-streaming. This show is going out across the information superhighway that people's parents used to call the internet. So folks, if you're watching on Instagram Live right now, how's it going? I'm James, you're you, we're here on Instagram Live. Did I say that I was gonna move? I lied a little bit, but not so much. You're watching on Instagram, it's not gonna be that good. Move over to twitch.tv/@home-with-James. We've got a big show planned for you this 100th episode. I'm vamping so hard that I'm making myself mad. On tonight's show, much later on, in what I like to call, of course, the Dave spot, meaning the final segment of the show, it is the most important tech zone of all time. So not only is Dave Kaufman joining us, Carla Ma, usually seen in the Crapola Corner on Thursdays, will be joining us for the first ever tandem tech zone. Do you see what Twitch has afforded to us? It has afforded us the opportunity to bring two people together instead of just one. Also here tonight is my good friend and purveyor of discomfort, Steph Mercier Voyer, who we usually see on Fridays, what I like to think of as the sexiest night of the week. Will be here on a Tuesday, one of the least sexy nights of the week. Also joining us tonight is going to be Sid Rock, giving us his top show moment in At Home with James history. One moment, going to check in with Instagram. Guys, if you're watching, you're really going to want to move over to twitch.tv/@home-with-James. Now, we're about to begin the show with our first guest, although shouldn't say guests, I should say guests. In the days leading up to this moment, I sent out an email to the visionaries, the most important people in Montreal media. We are going to have our first ever Montreal media conference call on At Home with James. So we're not going to have one guest. We're not going to have two. I'm banking on 20 to 25 members of the Montreal media to jump in. Last week, you saw people interview me. Tonight, many people are going to interview me. So we've got our man in the booth. I no longer have control of the show. I just sit here and host. I would like for my man in the booth, Dave Kaufman, the Dirty Daddy, I want you to open up the floodgates, bring in the Montreal media. Okay.
Hey.
Okay, so this is a sight for sore eyes. We have got CJAD 800's Sarah Deshaies, who we can see hear every morning on the Andrew Carter Morning Show. I think you might be only person that accepted my invitation.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's okay. I hope
This
that's enough.
look, Sarah,
I'm
I
definitely
emailed.
I'm
I
definitely the
emailed.
most important person, I think, who responded to the call out. So I'll go with
I
that.
I couldn't agree more. I sent out an email to I think all of your colleagues, and maybe it went to spam.
It's quite possible. The spam folder is notorious. But you know what? There's also like a crazy weather event happening right now. It's quite possible all other 23 and a half people that you wrote to
Mm-hmm.
are um, covering this crazy storm right now. Deshaies, the
Yes,
after effects of it that we're seeing right now in the
this
Montreal area.
this is an absolutely powerful storm. I saw the weather warning on the Weather Network app. Sarah, I know I do this often. Do you have any information on the weather for the next 24 hours?
Yeah, well, we happen to be under a rainfall warning for Montreal, and
Mm-hmm.
which is like the highest level of warning that you can get. There's like a statement, and then there's something else whose name I forget, and then there's a warning.
Mm-hmm.
We're also under a tropical cyclone information statement, which is a huge mouthful. So rain at times heavy. We are still under a risk of a thunderstorm, and we're expecting 20 to 30 millimeters tonight. Winds gusting up to 20 kilometers an hour, low of 19, and then the effects of the storm are supposed to taper off by tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Risk of a thunderstorm in the morning. It's probably going to clear. I think we'll see a high of 24, the humidex high 28 tomorrow. Wednesday night, a few clouds, the wind gusting up to 20 and a low of 15. And once we hit Thursday, we're smooth sailing. Like we've got days of hot, sunny weather to look forward to.
So I often spring this onto you to provide us with the weather. Something tells me that you came prepared, knowing that I may or may not have that up my sleeve tonight on the show.
Yeah, I anticipated it because it's just an incredibly like weather crazy kind of day. But the craziest thing to me about this is that they picked a storm name that I find unpronounceable, and I'm sure some people are very familiar with the name of Iazaias. I
Mm-hmm.
still can't get it right, but I'm struggling with it so much, and that for me is the most intense thing. But it doesn't look like it has caused as much damage as they thought it was going to. Like when it made landfall in the Carolinas last
Mm-hmm.
night or overnight, it was a hurricane, but then it got downgraded. So there were fires, there were storm surges in the states, but now we're seeing kind of as it approaches us. Mostly, it's going to get a lot of rain and strong gusts in the southern part of Quebec and parts of New Brunswick. Mostly the eastern townships to Quebec City are what's going to be affected. Do you like when it rains? I love rainy weather. Like I love this. As long as I'm inside, I am like I'm thrilled.
It's fine. It's fine. I have no reverence towards it one way or the other. And may I say, for the 100th episode, this might be the most weather-based informative information that I have personally ever received, not only in show history but in life history.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, as mentioned, I sent out the invitation to all the Montreal media luminaries. You were the only person here. And last week I had people interviewing
Yep.
me. I felt so lucky to be interviewed. And now I guess that I'm now giving the reins to you as the only one here. So there's a lot of pressure here, Sarah.
I wanted to say a huge congratulations for hitting 100 shows. This is quite the accomplishment. And I hope you're feeling really proud of yourself, but also kind of ashamed, but also
Hmm.
very proud of yourself for what you've managed to accomplish.
I would say ashamed is a feeling that I'm used to, so that is par for the course. Feelings of shame are just that's what I call waking up in the morning. But I would say that I'm trying to allow myself to feel some type of pride today. So thank you so much.
And you've spiffed up too. You look amazing. I think you should wear a suit at all times.
This is maybe this is the way the show is going to go. I just wear a suit.
Last week, wasn't someone asking you about whether you owned a suit or had any kind of fancy clothing?
I can't say that this is actually a suit by design. It's just many different pieces of clothing that have been put together with the illusion of a suit.
Okay.
It's the
I
illusion.
I actually heard from a tailor who personalizes like suits and makes shirts for people. And he does this
Mhm.
in Montreal and New York and Toronto. And he's been doing it for 40 years. And we were talking about athleisure and how people have kind of like segued into, elastic waistbands and like yoga pants has become like the order of the day. Tie dye is back with the
Mhm.
teens. Like everyone wants to do tie dye or buy tie dye. And this tailor was like, no, please buy suits, everybody. like,
So maybe
like don't forget about our shirts.
this is my future now, is to buy some type of tie-dye suit and do some hippie themed episode of the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
And like a capitalism hippie
yes, I mean, look,
cosplay.
if there was any type of hippie that I was going to be, a capitalism hippie is the one I think that I'm most destined for. Sarah, I guess I have no choice. Is there any questions that I could possibly answer tonight, as you represent Montreal media?
Why are you going after our jobs doing this nightly show like this? Offering
Okay,
it for free.
so my hope,
Like quality entertainment that no one has to like subscribe to any cable
yeah.
packages for or like enter a newspaper subscription. You're just giving away all this great content, all these amazing
Mhm.
guests gratis on
Well,
Instagram and now Twitch.
I would say to call this quality entertainment is generous. My hope is to get it to a place of subpar quality. That's my hope. And I like to set the bar as low as I can so there's somewhere for me to go. Why am I looking for jobs? Well, look, somebody's got to pay me to do something. And there's only so many jobs that a guy like me can target. That's my answer.
Serious question. What would you do like if you could walk into any job tomorrow and be paid, remunerated, a good salary? What would you do?
This is an apropos question coming from you because I feel like my ultimate destiny is to be in front of a microphone in some form of studio that some might call radio. So I would be grateful for some type of opportunity in that respect.
Well, you could come be my intern if you want once we let the public back
Well,
into the building.
Well, I think that that would be totally fine for me. I think that
Okay.
being some form of intern, as it were, is nothing that I'm above. Is there anything that is there such thing as a paid intern?
That's a great question, actually. I don't know.
I think
I
I
like
think
I'm not like allowed around the interns anymore. I think I'm like I get up too early and I'm too cranky. I think they keep them away from me. Like I I'm totally honest. Like I was chasing a woman who had long-term effects of COVID-19. She had gotten sick months ago and she said, "I
Mhm,
already heard from your station. Someone by the name of Sally reached out to me." And I was like, "I
mhm,
have no idea who that was." And then somebody was like, "Oh, that's my intern." Like
mhm.
one of my colleagues was like, "I have an intern chasing this." And I was like, "Why don't I get an intern?" And then I was like, I probably scare them.
Well, look, I'm totally fine working with and working for scary employers. So
Okay.
look, I'm not easily rattled, Sarah. I think I'm ready for the job.
Okay, great. So my people will call your people. But before I go, I have a game prepared for you, if that's
I'm
okay.
ready.
So it's not
I
a real
now I'm
question.
scared because
Yeah.
anytime someone introduces a game, I get a little nervous because I don't tend to do well with games on this show.
No, no, this is very simple. Like
Mhm,
even you can do this. And I wouldn't make it especially different, especially on your difficult, especially on your 100th episode.
mhm.
Easy.
I'm
So
ready.
last weekend would have been Oshiaga. I'm sure you would have been out there. We yeah, no, not an outdoor concert person. Really?
Well, I suppose that I could have purchased a terrible hat somewhere and gone to Oshiaga, but I think it's probably going to be a no for me, dog.
Okay. Okay, so last weekend should have been Oshiaga. Heavy MTL, which is like heavy metal, which
Mhm.
is a lot more fun than Oshiaga the one time I went. And I saw the Marilyn Manson, and he was really fun. And the crowds were so much nicer at Heavy MTL with like their tattoos and their black clothing and their cool hair than all the weirdos at Oshiaga.
Now,
So
did
Heavy
you just to interject? Did you just refer to him as the Marilyn Manson?
probably.
I think so. Very cool.
I think he was sharing a stage with maybe Alice Cooper, but apparently they
Okay.
have like a public feud where they like taunt each other. So they were
Mhm.
giving off bad vibes, like talking
Yeah.
about the other, like old guy there and like over there. And I'm like, how can you be like such a filthy rich musician and hold a grudge against like your compatriot? I mean, I guess I've
Yeah.
seen everything now. So Heavy MTL is this very prescient, but they actually canceled their festival back in November. So there's no heavy MTL. We've known there was not going to be any heavy MTL this year.
Mhm.
Theoretically, it could have been this weekend or next. But you know what also reopened 2 weeks ago?
Please.
La Ronde. So I have a
Okay.
game for you, and it's called Band or Ride.
Yep.
And I'm going to give you a name, and you just tell me if it is a band from the 2019 lineup of Heavy MTL or a
Okay.
ride at La Ronde. Okay? You
This
ready?
sounds this sounds simple.
Okay, yeah. 50-50 chance.
Mhm.
Okay. Vampire.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a ride at La Ronde, and I just want to preface, I've never been to La Ronde in my life, and I hope I never frequent it.
What have you done with your time? Like,
Clearly nothing. Clearly not much. Clearly not
okay.
much.
Okay, we are going to La Ronde and we are pretending it's your 12th birthday and we're getting you a queue de castor and it's going to be so much fun and we're going to wear masks and I can't wait.
I could pass as 12 if I shave my beard.
Yeah, you're going to have to shave that beard, but you'll be wearing a mask, so it's fine. And I'll be like, this is my 12-year-old son, Jimmy, and this is his birthday. Yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
So you've got
I'm
one.
ready.
So Vampire is a ride. Necro Goblicon.
That's got to be a band, right?
Correct. Got
awesome.
It. Ednor.
Band.
No, Ednor is a ride. Actually, I think it's the like Loch Ness ride that goes over the water. It has like a creepy
Ednor?
Ednor, Ednor. Sounds like
I would have thought like an Icelandic metal band or a username on Twitch.
Yeah. Welcome to Twitch. Okay, so you're 2 out of 3.
Yep.
Cataclysm.
The band?
Correct.
Yes.
Demolition Hammer.
Band?
Correct. Also the name of my political party that's going to be running in the upcoming Montreal municipal election.
Well, then you've got my vote with a cool name like that.
Phoenix.
Ride.
Correct. Okay,
yes.
You're 5 out of 6. This is good. Slayer.
Band.
Got it.
Yes.
Skalmold.
Band?
Yeah. There's an umlaut in there somewhere.
Okay, that one's got to be an Icelandic band.
Yeah, it's something like that. Something heavy Nordic. Goliath.
That's a ride, but I bet it's also a band.
It is a ride. It's not a true question, though. There's no band. At least not at the 2019 edition of Heavy MTL. And Municipal Waste.
Municipal Waste? That might be the name of some Montrealers. That's how we might categorize some people who live in this city. Not in St. Henry, though. Best neighborhood. I'm going to go with band, though.
Correct. Municipal Waste. Okay, you did super well. You got 9 out of 10. You are now officially equipped to either go to La Ronde or go to Heavy MTL 2021.
I think I'm going to take a hard pass on both.
Fair enough.
I might take a hard pass on both. Sarah, before we let you go, where can people hear you every morning at 6 a.m.?
So we're actually on air at 5:30. You can hear me at 5:50. Yeah, you know what? It's okay. There's kind of a rule in radio that you don't, well, I think it's a rule you don't like correct the person, but you know what? Since it's your 100th episode, I'll correct you.
I want to be corrected, so my idiocy can be exposed and I can correct it for next time. So we're gonna pretend that the previous 30 seconds didn't happen. I say, Sarah, where can they find you at 5:30 in the morning?
5:30 until 9 on CJAD 800 on your dial, or at CJAD.com or iHeartRadio app. My mom says I sound great, and her friend Sheila said she's great. Why don't they give her a show? This is fresh feedback from Sheila, straight to my mom, to my ear from earlier tonight. Sheila thinks I should have my own show. But in the meantime, I produce the Andrew Carter Morning Show and Upstage on CKUT 90.3 FM. We've got a new episode out this Thursday at 6. Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations. Mazel tov on 100 episodes.
What an outro from Sarah Deshaies. Thanks so much, Sarah. We'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you for having me.
That was Sarah Deshaies. As mentioned, you can hear her every morning at 5:30 a.m., James, 5:30 a.m., and at 6 p.m. on Thursdays on CKUT's Upstage. Sheila is a great friend of a mom name. When you think about, this is my mom's friend, Sheila has got to be at the top of the list. Folks, you're watching At Home with James. We are on twitch.tv/@home-with-James. That's for all the 0 viewers on Instagram, which means we did a good job promotionally of getting people to move over to Twitch. Now, last week, folks, throughout the week, we had a very special guest, someone that I have deemed the #1 viewer in At Home with James show history. He came to us from Monday through Friday last week to provide us with the top moments in At Home with James show history, and he is coming tonight to give us the #1 moment in the previous 99 episodes. So without any further ado, I would love to welcome my friend, the number one well-wisher to the show. He is Mr. Sid Rock. Sid, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, James. Thanks for having me.
It's so incredible that we can see you. What Instagram tried to stop us from doing for months, Twitch has now opened the doors. You can see me, I can see you, we can enjoy each other.
Yes, Instagram wants to stop the truth from getting out there, but we're here. I'm here to hit the world with some hard facts as far as my favorite memories of this show is concerned.
I was going to say you've gone full Twitch conspiratorial, but we're here to talk about your favorite moments. I'd be remiss, Sid, if I didn't mention the previous top moments that you have regaled us with. So would we be able to, if I were to bother you to do so, a little recap on the top show moments as they were?
Yeah. So when you initially approached me with this, the count was I needed 6 total to have like a full list to have number 1 be tonight, but I couldn't limit it to 6. So there were 2 honorable mentions that I kind of crammed in there anyway, which are Mark Rowland's giant headphones. On, I think it was his first appearance on your show that I remember anyway. And the other honorable mention is Carla Ma, when she had you go through that Choose Your Own Adventure book, and the first choice you made killed you.
Yes.
That was so hilarious. Now to the list proper, the number 6 spot was Gabe Rondos during some interview or conversation he had with you, where basically everything that he mentioned tied back to how he loved Mission Impossible 2. And it was such a great runner gag. And yeah, I was a bit in low spirits that night too, so that really hit me where I needed to.
I'm
so
glad.
That was cool. Number 5 was Howard Mitnick's top CanCon list, which was absolutely beautiful, both in elaboration of the rules behind it, the conciseness of the delivery, and the list itself. Then number 4 was Bubby, who's everyone's favorite Jewish grandma, which I'm sure those of you who have not met her yet will. That's all I'll say about that.
I think that's a good way to round it out. Yeah, it's a good way to explain it.
And number 3 was Dave Kaufman's nephew Jack, who is Dave. Dave has a bunch of house guests at his house, and every now and then during the Kauf Zone, one of his house guests would take his spot, and Jack is by far my favorite.
You might be the only one who feels that way, Sid.
Yep. Jack Kaufman was always a hit in my book. The number 2 was Nikki Fournier during her 420 show. I don't know. This is Twitch. I don't know if she was actually getting high or not, but she sort of looked that way to me. And it was absolutely epic. And my number 1 favorite memory, this should be obvious to you. It was obvious to me. There was no way anything was going to dethrone this. I've called back to this incident many times throughout the history of this show. For everyone watching, I basically have perfect attendance. I've watched every fucking episode since the beginning, for all sorts of reasons. But
I like how angry you sounded as you said that.
Yes, I have perfect attendance, right? But the Fancy Friday, when you were unable to get any guests and you did an hour solo and you restarted the stream so many times in a desperate attempt. It turns out Instagram was having actual issues for everyone, but watching your slow descent into madness over that hour was absolutely epic, and nothing would dethrone that, not even Nikki Fournier high.
And not just any type of high, whether it's smoking marijuana or eating coagulated cocaine. Sid, you're telling me that the number 1 moment in At Home with James show history is James.
Yes. A particular instance of James. And I remember like basically ever since, and this is probably not going to stop Whenever you had any semblance of difficulty, I would jokingly say restart the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always a callback to that.
Well, that's the beauty of this relationship that you and I have curated, Sid, is that you're there to not only talk about when the stream isn't working, but whether Dave's segments are hit or miss.
Yeah. I have an interesting relationship with many of the recurring segments of this show.
Yeah, I
but
think that
I love the show, and I want to focus on the positive.
Yeah, and I'm appreciative of that. That's going to be the next countdown, is when you count down top 10 worst moments in the show's history. I feel like you've got a few.
Oh, geez, I would have to comb through my memories, and you know what? I'd rather not do that. There are some things that come to mind, and you know what? I'm a big fan of, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, my worst memories will be in the vault.
Yep.
Forever. I'm taking them with me.
You're putting them similarly into the Disney vault, the way Bambi or the Lion King goes away. The worst show moments are staying in the Sid vault.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I know where to send the shows that don't work out very well. Just right to you.
I'll keep them safe for you.
Well, Sid, I'm so grateful that you put the work into that. I'm so thankful that you watch as you do. Again, perfect attendance, perfect record. I want to now say that it's so exciting that I can get you on this show without worrying about Instagram messing with us. This is the beginning of a great relationship, Sid.
Oh, yeah. And like anyone, how can I say this? Anyone who has either a smart TV or a contemporary video game console, we can now watch you on our TV instead of holding our damn phone for an hour. So that's going to be a welcome change for me. I can't wait to watch you on that screen when I'm not on the show.
You are going to be the only person in history to ever say that. I can't wait to watch James on my TV.
Yes.
Well, Sid, I thank you for that, and we'll talk soon. Okay, buddy?
All right. You take care.
All right. Take care, Sid. That is Sid Rock, the #1 viewer in the history of this show. Guys, it's already 9:32 past the hour. Things are flying by. Sarah Deshaies was here. Sid Rock was here. I'm looking at Instagram Live. We got one person in here, which means you got to move over to twitch.tv/athomewithjames. That means, once again, we're doing something good with the promo. Is there going to be any technical difficulties tonight? There was a slight bump in the road. Otherwise, things are moving well. Now, in the interest of things moving well, I feel it is only appropriate to move on to our next guest. As mentioned early on, you usually see this person every Friday at the top of the hour as part of COVID-69. What is COVID-69? Well, it's tips, it's suggestions on how to spice up your love life during the times of COVID-19. Now, when this person last joined us, we found out that they had taken a different pathway, a more religious pathway. They had found the big guy upstairs, God, capital G. We're going to check in with this person now. I want to welcome to the show my friend and yours, the host, the curator of COVID-69. Our next guest is the one and only Steph Mercier Voyer.
I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna clap you.
Okay,
Hi,
so
James.
Steph, that was more of a bit of a subdued introduction to what we're used to. Usually the dancing goes on forever. The dance moves are a little bit more raunchy, as the kids say. And yeah, there's this. That was very quick.
Well, I didn't want to scare you off. It's I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I know we know each other, so I shouldn't be so nervous about this. But I saw that you're wearing a suit.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I didn't realize I have to. I thought because we know each other and because we've interacted before, and I didn't think that I'd have to dress up.
Well, I'm nervous too. I understand where you're coming from. I mean, it's a big night. It is a big night.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've
So have I.
nagged you about.
Me too. Almost 50,
Have you?
50 episodes. I've been waiting for this.
Well,
Right?
Oh my God, you're gonna make me laugh. You should have asked me out before.
I'm sorry?
You should have asked me out on a date before if you had been waiting for, what, 50 episodes?
Yeah, 50 episodes to move the show from Instagram to Twitch. Remember on the 50th, we said we were going to move.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay. So I guess I should maybe get rid of the candle.
Wait, what did you think this was?
It's just, I guess never mind. We can talk about it later. It's fine. I set the mood for you. I put a bunch of Christmas decorations and.
Oh, and I saw that.
Mug.
I saw that and I was appreciative. I thought it was more of like a welcome to Twitch, James. Here's some things that you like. Of course, people know that I'm a super fan of the holidays. I love Christmas. This decoration, it's setting the mood. I feel excited and happy.
People know that about you? It's not just like a you and me thing that I know about you?
Oh, well, I remember that time we took the metro together and I told you that I really loved Christmas.
Yeah, that was nice. We were standing, remember? We were holding on to the same pole.
Yeah, we're holding on to the same. It was all like, yeah.
That's like, I don't want to say that that's what I knew, but it kind of was. Anyway, how was your day? Enough about me. How was your day?
My day was pretty good. Just getting ready for the show, trying to avoid any type of technical difficulties. Now that we're doing it, it just kind of, it feels like we're back in the saddle, right? It's almost like.
It's so funny, James. I just realized, I know you like Christmas, but like, I don't know anything about like your family or your hobbies or what you like.
My family?
Yeah. Do you have any siblings?
I have a sister.
You guys get along?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be a bitch, but usually there's a bit more back and forth. It's not like I'm not doing an interview here. We're supposed to have an exchange.
No, we are doing an interview. This is the show, right?
James, you're sending me so many mixed signals. Like, what the hell?
What mixed signals are we talking about here, Steph?
I clearly remember last Friday when I came on and I prayed in front of you. And remember what I prayed for?
You're praying for a date. Praying for a date.
And more specifically, what did I want for us to do during that date?
I feel like it's probably I'd rather not say. I think that's more of your thing.
Please say it. You've already hurt my feelings enough tonight.
I didn't mean to hurt.
I bought these today. Do you know how hard it is to find Christmas decorations in August? Of all people,
Look, you're right. Okay, I shouldn't have been. I messed up. Okay, I messed up, and I want to apologize. How about I do something to try to mend the fences a little bit?
Sure. Is it because I'm not wearing a suit?
No. I'm wearing one because of the show that we're doing right now.
Wait, you invited people to this?
Yeah, according to Twitch, there's 20 people watching this right now.
Oh my God, I feel like such an idiot.
No, don't. No, I feel like an idiot. Okay, this is not on you. This is on me. Okay.
So, like, what do you do in your spare time? Like, what do you like doing?
The show. I like doing the show.
I like watching the show. You're so good.
I like having you on the show.
Oh.
I feel like How about we start over?
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah,
since
hold
you-
on. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Oh, of course, the song.
I didn't dance enough the first time.
Yeah. Oh. I hate this song so much.
Wait, you said you hate me?
No, the song. I don't look, Steph. I feel like, you know,
Or you like me?
I like having you on the show.
I'll
Look,
take that.
Steph,
I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
I feel like I need to do something here because it feels like, you know, for the first time, it's kind of weird between us. For the first time, it's kind of weird between us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Usually you're really open and you kinky, I would say.
I would like to invite you to something. You know how, like,
I mean, we're still on the first date. You're already planning a second date?
well, look, you know how we usually do the show Monday to Friday?
Hold on. I'm just gonna text my mom. I'm gonna tell her this. She's already asked.
Yeah, she'll love it. She'll be able to maybe watch. Because of the change in schedule, we've had to move the show from Tuesdays to Saturdays, but I've got something planned for Saturday that's pretty exciting, and I think you'd enjoy it.
Wait, okay. So at first you asked me out for a Tuesday date, and I was like, that sounds like a friend date, but a Saturday date is for sure.
Well, it's just more of an open invitation this Saturday at 9:00 p.m. I don't know about that, but at 9:00 p.m., we're going to present a very special edition of At Home with James. It's the long form version of the Ruth Booth, a full game show episodic edition of At Home with James, hosted, or rather co-hosted on some level, by Dave Kaufman, the innovator of the Ruth Booth, where two pairs compete against each other in a round of Dr. Ruth's game of good sex to see which one of the pairs is most compatible. And I think you'd really enjoy watching that.
Are you asking me to be with you, to compete with you?
Oh, I'm not going to be participating. No, I think I'll be hosting.
Oh. Wait, so who am I going to be paired with?
Oh, so you want to play in the Ruth Booth?
But you're inviting me to watch?
Well, I thought because I thought you liked that sort of stuff. You'd enjoy the watching it. I didn't think that maybe
you're inviting me to sit at home and watch you play a good sex game for a second date. Wow.
I just thought it's
wow.
Okay, look, how about this? In the interest of mending fences, Steph, perhaps that you and I become partners and compete in the Ruth Booth.
I'm not crazy. You asked me to be your partner, which is the 2020 term for boyfriend girlfriend.
Perhaps we pair up and compete in the Ruth Booth.
You said partner and compete, and okay, so we're gonna be partners in a good sex game.
Dr. Ruth's game of good sex. We just have to work as a team. We have to work as there's a grand prize at the end.
What's the prize?
It's a surprise that will be revealed at the show.
Because last time I won a prize on this show, I'm still waiting to collect. But I feel like it might be the end of the good sex game.
Look, what's going to happen is, we'll reveal it on Saturday, okay? Saturday at 9 p.m., we're going to reveal what the winners of Dr. Ruth's Game of Good Sex and Dave Kaufman's At Home with James Ruth Booth gets.
What's the dress code? Are we wearing clothes or just straight off naked?
Clothes. Absolutely 100% clothes. Layered.
What kind? Revealing, leather, lace?
We'll figure that one out.
Oh my God, James, I'm so excited.
Well, I'm excited too. I didn't think things were going to move so fast between us. Well, yeah, 1 minute you're talking on an Instagram show, the next minute you're doing a game show together.
Whatever, if that's what you want to call it. Sure.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll see you on Friday and then on Saturday.
Okay.
Well, Steph, I want to thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the Christmas stuff.
Anytime. No worries. For
All
you,
right.
anything.
Well, I guess we'll talk soon. Oh God. Oh no, I never want Christmas to be sexy. Okay, well that's Steph Mercier Voyer. She's squirming her way out of At Home with James. I want to thank her so much for being here. You can see her every Friday as part of COVID 69, generally at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Once again, it is about 9:45. That's right. This show is speeding by. We are live for the 100th episode of At Home with James on our premiere on twitch.tv/At Home with James. If you're enjoying what you're watching, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grampy, tell your Grammy, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your neighbor, tell your worst enemy to tune in. We're here Tuesdays to Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's going to happen tomorrow? I'm not sure yet. I don't have tomorrow's show booked. That's the thing about moving to Twitch. I did not come any more prepared than I was on Instagram Live. And I just need to give a special round of applause to the people in the booth who are making this show possible. We're about to talk to both of these people and give them the compliments that they deserve, undoubtedly. We are about to be joined by two people that made everything that is happening tonight possible. This is the most important tech zone of all time. For the first time ever, we are welcoming two guests simultaneously to At Home with James. I want for us to welcome, with a standing ovation in the tech zone, it is Carla Ma and Dirty Dave Kaufman. They're coming in hot. What an introduction.
Hey,
it can't get any
James.
better
Hey.
than that.
Whoa.
Dave, Carla, can you believe it? This is
No.
this is the first time that both of you are meeting, and it is also the first time that two guests have ever simultaneously appeared on this show, and we have both of you to thank.
Can you hear me in double?
I can hear you normally, but if you're in the chat right now on Twitch, if you hear anything, let us know. Just let us know, and we'll fix these things up. Carla, I think we hear you perfectly.
I don't even know what to say. This is pretty unreal right now that we have all three of us on screen. This is tripping me out.
This is what I would like to call a happening. It is a happening.
Are happenings good or bad? A happening sounds bad. A happening
Listen.
sounds like what happens in the movie The Mist. Do you know?
It can be bad, but in this case, it's good. Also, Dave, people are suggesting to us that they hear you normally. So
Perfect.
again, what a way to cap off 100 episodes. For people who don't know, Carla and Dave have been working behind the scenes feverishly to work on the graphics that you're enjoying, the layout that you're enjoying, and this top-notch production that you're enjoying, while I have done very little. So any admiration that is going my way, I would like to formally deflect it to Dave and Carla and start this segment by thanking you so much for the work that you do, the comedy that you create, and the technical capabilities and prowess that you both possess.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, James. I was
Well-
a little worried that you'd go taking all the credit, so I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. People know me as some type of tyrannical bastard. So
Dictator,
dictator.
authoritarian,
Yeah,
jerk.
yeah, jerk. Any from you, Carla?
Butt face.
Butt face.
Douche.
Douche. Yeah, Carla. Any more?
Messy head.
These are what other
Uh,
people say about you.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's
things
interesting.
like shit face.
Yeah, Dave's insults that
Asshole.
Smelly dude.
Dave's insults are a lot more cruel, while Carla's sound like they came from a child.
Ow.
Well, Look, of course, these don't come from you. These are secondhand insults. Of course, this is the Tech Zone. This is the first ever 2-person Tech Zone. You are in your respective tech booths. And what I want to do off the hop is, Carla, can you let people know what your technical background is? I would introduce you, but I want for it to come from you.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I'm a former technical artist. I used to work at a company that made slot machine games. I originally studied to learn how to make video games. Didn't go into that. Now I'm a user interface developer, so I make websites and applications and fun stuff.
Okay, so that's quite a CV. That's quite a resume. Dave, how about yourself?
Well, I'm a programmer by train. I went to University of Waterloo and got a degree in computer science, and then I worked at Ubisoft for a while as a generalist programmer, and now I'm a senior programmer at a VR, which is virtual reality, James.
Yes, thank you.
Company.
Yeah. Well, of course, we know, especially the both of you, that I know nothing about tech. I am naive to the tech world, but I wanted to see how good that you, Carla, and you, Dave, really are. And that's why, in private, I have sourced a series of questions from only the biggest At Home with James fans to put you to the test to figure out what type of tech experts we're dealing with here. So are we prepared?
No, not at all.
Sure.
Okay,
Apparently, I've been told to speak up, and Carla, you've been told you're a little loud.
Ooh,
And I don't mean
hot.
that in a mean way.
Yeah, no, leave the mean stuff to me as a quote-unquote asshole or messy head.
Not our words.
Yeah, no, these are other people's
these
words.
are other people. This is what the word on the street is about you.
Well, yeah, I would say the word on the street is wrong. Carla, the first question comes to you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so the first question comes from a viewer, Pat Carmel, and it goes as follows. Carla, I am an aspiring UI developer.
Oh.
What is one tip that you would be able to provide to someone looking to take it to the next level?
Oh, look at so many websites and go into the browser and inspector tool, see how it's broken down. Just really study other websites that you like and see how they do it. And then there's so many great free resources like Code Academy and whatnot where you can learn how to code online for free. Not sponsored.
Okay, so I hope that that answered your question, Pat Carmel. Dave, are you ready for your first question?
That was a pretty good answer, so I hope I can beat it.
Okay, well, I don't know that this is a competition, but if you want to make it one, you're more than welcome.
It seems like a competition.
Yeah, it seems like you're pitting us against each other.
Well, I'm certainly that's not my intention. So Dave, this next question comes from Gaëtan Laframboise, another viewer of the show. It goes as follows. David, what is one of the most common mistakes that programmers make?
Trying to reinvent the wheel. A lot of code's already been written. You can leverage other people's work to make things that you would never be able to do on your own.
Okay, that's a good answer. So if this was a competition, 1 point to Carla. Carla, are you ready for your next question?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so this next question comes from another viewer, Linda Nichols, and it goes as follows. My HP notebook is having difficulty with Windows updates. Is there something I should be doing to counter this?
Yes, don't make the same mistake as James Allen McGee in purchasing an HP notebook. Go ask your friends about what's a good laptop. They're probably more technically inclined.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many good websites too. Like, what is one? PC review? I don't know. Go to YouTube. Look at so many unboxing videos of your latest and greatest gadgets.
Okay, so your answers are go figure it out for yourself and don't do what James does.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that's an answer for Linda Nichols. Dave, are you ready for your next question?
Yeah, I think I can beat that.
Okay. Well, this next question, it doesn't come with a full name. It only was signed with initials. The initials are DB. So this is from DB. And the question goes as follows.
I think I know who it is.
I know who that is.
Well, I'm not familiar. So the question goes as follows. Dave, I'm having a hard time streaming high definition pornography without my window freezing. Is there something I'm doing wrong? If so, what? That's from DB.
Whoa, Dale. Oops.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Please repeat the question. Yeah.
So again, this comes from DB. I'm having a hard time streaming high definition pornography without my window freezing. Is there something I should be doing? If so, what?
Well, a novice would say that you would need to upgrade your internet download speed, but having low internet download speeds wouldn't make your computer freeze. You probably need a new video card.
Okay, so and where can this DB find that card?
Well, if you have a PC and you want to assemble it yourself, you can go to newegg.com. They sell all sorts of computer parts, computer wear, and at a pretty good rate too. Now, luckily right now, Bitcoin mining isn't popular because when it is, it surges the prices of video cards, but we're in a bit of a lull, a bit of a bear market. So you're going to be okay picking up a video card.
Okay, so that was a great answer. Carla, I'm sorry. Dave has tied this impromptu competition only because his answer did not disparage mine. But Carla, you have an opportunity to really woo us with your technical prowess. Are you ready for your next question?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, so this one is a fairly simple question. From my standpoint, Carla, my computer almost always lags upon booting. What's the problem and how can I fix this? This question comes from Sharon Phelps.
Okay, your computer's lagging while you're booting. Well, it's probably been a while since you've done a proper cleanup of your computer. You know, you can do this through a disk cleanup in the system settings, system tools. I can't remember. But you can also do a disk defrag. But most importantly, like if it's been like if you don't maintain your computer a lot, it's probably better that you just do a full reformat. You know, move all your stuff onto another external hard drive, like all your files and whatever. Clean the whole computer, just and reinstall Windows, and vacuum it out inside too. It can really improve the performance of your computer.
Okay, so Sharon, I hope that helps. And Carla, great answer from my vantage point. Dave, are you ready for your next question?
I'm a little bit rattled, James. That was a very good answer.
It's a very good answer, but follow your instincts, right? You got that point on the last one. So this question came to us from Twitter. I put the call out on Twitter. This one comes from the Twitter handle
I'll do my best.
At dbernier2000. And the question goes as follows. When watching videos on my desktop computer, I'm finding the sound is often choppy. For instance, when I'm watching high-definition pornography, the sound keeps cutting in and out, and I can't enjoy it on the level that I'm used to. What's the best way to restore the audio on my desktop for an overall better viewing experience? That comes from at dbernier2000.
Well, you're going to want to figure out dbernier, whoever that may be. You're going to want to figure out
at dbernier2000 on Twitter.
Exactly. At dbernier2000. The 2000th dbernier. You're going to want to figure out where the problem is coming from exactly. So first, maybe your speakers, because I assume you're listening on speakers, are old or the wiring is cutting in and out. So first, replace your wires. If that doesn't work, get some new audio equipment. And if that doesn't work, then you might need to replace your sound card or getting a custom sound card.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good answer, but I'm gonna have to give that one to Carla. So Carla, you now have two tech points. Two tech points to David's one tech point. Carla, are you ready for your next and final question?
Okay.
I'm
Hit me with it.
I'm worried that you're not prepared.
Why?
Well, you seem a little nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Okay.
Don't
My
lose
mistake.
your confidence in me.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Just wanted to check in. Your next and final question comes from Colin with 2 L's, Colin Gregoire, and it goes as follows. I'm thinking about making the jump from Mac to PC, but can't quite take the leap. Can you give me one or at least a couple definitive reasons why PC might be the upgrade for me? Colin Gregoire, 2 L's in Colin.
Well, you're thinking making the jump from Mac to PC. Really, like it's all up to you and how you like to use your computer. Really, how you like to interact with it, because the how you face or interact with your programs and whatnot is very different from Mac to PC. I like PC personally because it's more customizable. I like to build my computers from scratch. There's maybe more flexibility if you're a developer. And it's really good for gaming if you're really into gaming. You can't really do that with Mac. Mac is maybe more if you're into like the Adobe Creative Suite, but you can do the same thing on PC. And if you're thinking of doing the jump from one to another, I would just say get the feel for it at a store, or maybe see if your friend would let you try their computer first before really making that dive, to see if like you like how things are, because really it's just like the comfortability of how you use your computer.
Okay, so finding something that's user-friendly for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very good answer, very helpful. Dave, that was Carla's last question. Are you prepared for your last question?
Another great answer.
Okay, well, here we go, Dave. This is, you're looking to tie here. You're looking to tie, or Carla is going to run away with it with 3 tech points to your 1. Let's begin. This question comes from Dale. Hi, David. I'm wondering if there is a way to freely navigate the internet without my history being saved. Of course, I am aware of incognito mode, but I'm unable to use my ad block while browsing incognito, which poses a problem for pop-ups. For instance, I enjoy frequenting high-definition pornography websites, but I don't want the history to be saved as I share the computer with my family and often forget to clear the history and don't want to have to think about that while I'm enjoying high-definition pornography. Is there an alternative that I'm unaware of? That comes from
No.
Dale.
There's no alternative. Your family will find your porno and they'll judge you for it.
Now, that's not much of a tech answer.
Well, technically, your family will determine that you're a perv, Dale.
All right, so this is the moment of truth. Those were 2 very good answers, but weren't that technically sound. Carla, your answer was mostly about figuring out what's best for you, and Dave's, yours was more family related. Carla, before we move on, I want you to tell me what you thought of Dave's final answer or any of his answers tonight.
I 100% agree. If you look at porn, your family on a family computer, your family's going to find out this is coming as a child who found some porn on her family computer.
Right. Okay. So now this is basically an example of the way that high definition pornography can tear a family apart.
Oh, we're still fine.
Okay, well, that's great. Okay, so for Dale out there, if they do find it, there is an ability to kind of rebound. Now, Dave, same question. What do you think about Carla's answers tonight?
I thought they were technically sound. I would, if this was a job interview, I would hire her immediately. It was great.
Well, it's really difficult. Up to this point, Carla has 2 tech points. Dave, you have 1 tech point in 4 rounds of the tech zone. This is tricky, but I think in the interest of keeping this segment alive, in order to have a rematch, any great rematch is generally predicated on tension being broken. That's why, Dave, I'm going to give you the final tech point of the night, thanks to your answer for Dale.
I'll take it, even though it was on a technicality.
Well, sometimes wins are on technicalities, so we end with...
But what better way to win a tech competition
Well, in fairness, you didn't win. It is now tied
Okay.
2-2. So I guess what we're doing right now is throwing down the gauntlet. Are you guys willing to have the rubber match at some point down the line to determine which amongst Carla and Dave, the tech team of At Home with James, is the most technically savvy of us all?
Dave, do you feel comfortable with this? Wait.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. We're tied. You know what? You got lucky in that last round. Ooh, DB, you know, you keep asking your questions. I'm ready for anything you throw at me. This is going down a round 2, and it's going to end with a big KO to DK.
Well, I think if at DBernier2000 on Twitter is watching and he's concerned about his audio card, that put an end to it. So he might be watching his high definition pornography silently from now on.
Might be for the best.
Might be for the best. Carla and Dave, not only do I want to thank you for being here tonight, I just want to, not only on behalf of everyone watching, but on behalf of me, thank you for all the work that you put in on making this possible. Carla, when you joined us, this whole Twitch thing was just a dream that me and Dave were working towards. And when I say working, we were not working. And thanks to your help, we're on Twitch. Who knows what the future holds? So I want to thank you, Dave, at the same time for being such not only a great pal, but co-creator of this show. As we see a bit of your bare leg there. Don't be shy. I've also got my bare leg. I want to thank both of you for everything you do for the show. And let's keep the train rolling now that it is 100, but episode 1 of a new era. Thank you, guys.
You got it.
Thank you. Happy 100.
And that is Carla Ma and Dave Kaufman in the tech zone, the most important tech zone in At Home with James show history. Guys, we did it. We made it. It is 10:06 p.m. We are only 54 minutes away from 11 o'clock. I hope that the night has flown by. I hope you've enjoyed this. I am so eternally grateful for the help that not only Carla and Dave provided, but the people that have popped onto this show so frequently, whether it is Steph Mercier Voyer, Sid Rock, Sarah Deshaies, and all of our guests popping by this week. We're going to see more of Dave. We're going to see more of Carla. We are going to see more of Steph. Guys, we did it. 100 episodes. I hope to see you tomorrow night. We will be here every Tuesday through Saturday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much. Help spread the word. Start a hype train. Is that a Twitch thing? I don't want to turn into a nerd, guys. I've spent so much of my life looking at nerds and wondering, is this the fate of the show? Am I going to turn into a nerd? I hope not. Because if I did, we wouldn't have this type of dynamic, cool guy banter. But we'll have more banter tonight. Until then, folks, I am James. You are you. We are here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well. We will see you tomorrow night on Twitch. That felt good. I'm happy about everything that has happened tonight and what is to come.